You know, a point that we have not focused on enough, and Sean Spicer alluded to it, is I do think Donald Trump wins this argument in the court of public opinion. I think Americans understand that we need to change the direction of this policy. But, Judge, we know that this was lawful. The Justice Department itself, their counsel, ruled that this was a lawful order. But does more have to be done on the side of the administration to codify this in a more meaningful way? And if so, what?
Well, yes, I think probably. The language of the order had a little bit of ambiguity in it as to whether or not it referred to green card holders who have the same right to enter and leave the country as natural-born citizens, and people who had received State Department visas. That has now been resolved. If you're a green card holder, they're not going to detain you. You come and go like a citizen. Yep. If you have a visa from the State Department, you come and go for the duration of the visa. The language in the order could have been a little bit more specific. That's not Donald Trump's fault.
Why wasn't that in place before all the confusion,
I don't know the answer to that. I can give you a suggestion. Because Jeff Sessions wasn't in office, and his team wasn't there to scrutinize it.
Can I ask you
I just want to add one thing on that, though, because, again, it was whatever word you want to use, sloppy, ham-handed, that's what it was. To business executives who were kind of dismayed by the way that it was handled, they do have a higher bar for Donald Trump because he's a businessman. And they do expect him and his administration to handle these things in a way that has the least disruption.
But Donald Trump, the businessman, knows that there are issues he needs a lawyer to answer. Right. He's not accustomed to the lawyer saying, I'm not answering. And I think the public, to Tony's point, recognizes he is entitled to have his team in place in the Justice Department and elsewhere. And for Chuck Schumer to play political games is now causing damage to the fiber of the Republic.
No, I was just referring specifically to the implementation of the law starting on Friday. I was just talking about that, the very thing that fomented the confusion on Saturday.
I want to talk about the immigration order more specifically. The Wall Street Journal has a great graphic on the third page here about terror incidents, 181 terror incidents in the United States since the early 2000s. 0 from native-born Syrians, 0 from Sudanese, 0 from Libya, 1 from Iranians. Is this order the best way to protect the homeland?
Well, that's a great question. Now, the answer is probably a political answer. If you want a legal or constitutional answer, which is my bailiwick, the Congress has given the President of the United States the authority to ban individuals, classes of people, or groups from anywhere for a finite duration, not forever. So there's 2 bans here. Refugees for 4 months, people from the 7 countries for 90 days. He cannot ban people on the basis of First Amendment protected activity, speech, religion, or association. But he can ban them from geographical areas, and that ban is basically not subject to review by any authority because it's within the discretion of the President.
But we don't know what President Trump knows and what he's getting. We don't know what President Trump is getting in his security meetings. We don't know if it's the best strategy.
John, but to answer your point directly, we know, confirmed, ISIS has said they will use this refugee program to infiltrate it to get more terrorists into this country. Why isn't Saudi Arabia
on here? 19 of the...
We have strong bilateral relationships.
I can answer that.
Those are all good questions, but I think to Maria's point, he has at his fingertips the most vast intelligence apparatus in the world.
But he doesn't trust it. He said that he doesn't trust it.
We don't know that.
Maybe he now begins to trust it when his distrust was expressed before he was president.
Ambassador Bolton said yesterday that the majority of those countries in this travel ban, we have no information from them. We're getting nothing from them in terms of who's there, who's coming here. Saudi Arabia has incredible information sharing with the United States. That's why Saudi Arabia, among other Muslim majority nations, is not on that list.
That's a very good point.
Yes.
That's a very
it depends on the relationship the U.S. has and how much we trust the information we're getting from those governments.
So the question remains, when will Jeff Sessions be confirmed, and how much longer will the Democrats delay it, and do they recognize the harm that they caused?
I think it's Thursday. Committee vote today, and the official vote is with Sarah, who's the representative of the Attorney General designee, told us that he will be at work on Friday. We'll see.
Right.
Real quick, Supreme Court pick tonight. Anything that we should be looking for stand out to you?
No, I think that the speculation is probably, I was involved in the process in interest of full disclosure, but I don't know the nominee. I think that our friends in D.C. could figure out who the nominee is by who's flying to D.C.? Is somebody flying from Pittsburgh? That would be Judge Hardiman on your left, the left of your screen. Is somebody flying from Denver? That would be Judge Gorsuch on the right of your screen.
Right,
is somebody flying from Montgomery, Alabama? That would be Judge Pryor the third.
Well, we will know tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern when President Trump announces this. Judge, good to see you.
Pleasure.
Thanks so much, Judge Napolitano. Coming up.